Hello, friends. This week's devotion is titled Surrounding Wisdom, Part 1. The Lord revealed to me that He is bringing His people into a new light, free from last season's strongholds that blocked them from receiving greater revelations of God and once twisted communication with others. God has opened a portal of breakthrough, and this is a new beginning for them. Where there has been an appreciation of the spirit of wisdom, the Lord is delivering His beloved from their long-suffering into a surrounding wisdom. Those who have come into God's truth and made Him their center will now be favorably highlighted on center stage in their divinely assigned areas of influence, to be light, to share the same revival we have received. We must remember that we are blessed to be a blessing, saved to experience God and do good works as led by His Spirit of wisdom. Deuteronomy 4 verses 6 through 8 remind us that God will sustain His beloved people before nations as a shining witness to His great name and kingdom as we continue to carefully obey His commands in this promised land. These verses say, "Obey them completely. You will display your wisdom and intelligence among the surrounding nations. When they hear of all these decrees, they will exclaim, 'How wise and prudent are the people of this great nation!' For what great nation has a God as near to them as the Lord our God is near to us whenever we call on Him? And what great nation has decrees and regulations as righteous and fair as this body of instructions that I am giving you today?" As the Lord delivered our hearts from strongholds of false pride, He postured us to receive His clarity and intelligent understanding on a new level with an outward purpose, to draw others to Him. King Solomon understood this kingdom-building effect. 1 Kings 4 verse 29 tells us that God gave Solomon wisdom, the deepest of understanding and the largest of hearts. There was nothing beyond him, nothing he couldn't handle. He became famous among all the surrounding nations, sent by kings from all over the earth who had heard of his reputation. People came from far and near to listen to the wisdom of Solomon. The wisdom that God gave Solomon showcased God. It outclassed the vaulted wisdom of wise men of the East, outshone the famous wisdom of Egypt. He was wiser than anyone. He created 3,000 proverbs. His songs added up to 1,005. He knew all about plants, from the huge cedar that grows in Lebanon to the tiny hyssop that grows in the cracks of a wall. He understood everything about animals and birds, reptiles and fish. God's wisdom is a gift that gives His people, the ones who will steward it well, a favorable advantage. Proverbs 12 verse 28 tells us that abundant life is discovered by walking in righteousness. The Spirit of wisdom leads us into abundant life, drawing us closer to our resurrected Lord and His ways. God alone made Solomon's heart righteous, famous, and wealthy to expand His kingdom on earth by drawing others to Him. Jesus was our perfect example. Isaiah 11 verses 1 through 3 say, "And there shall come forth a shoot out of the stock of Jesse, David's father, and a branch out of his roots shall grow and bear fruit. And the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him, the Spirit of wisdom and understanding, the Spirit of counsel and might, the Spirit of knowledge and of the reverential and obedient fear of the Lord, and shall make him a quick understanding, and his delight shall be in the reverential and obedient fear of the Lord." Moses and Joshua received and operate in the same spirit of wisdom. Deuteronomy 34 verse 9 tells us, "And Joshua son of Nun was full of the spirit of wisdom, for Moses had laid his hands upon him. So the Israelites listened to him, and did as the Lord commanded Moses." So we see here that the spirit of wisdom is linked with obedience for all followers, including leaders. Godly wisdom is what holds an obedient army together as we enter into and occupy our promised land by His dominant Spirit. So friends, my prayer for you is Ephesians 1 verses 17 through 19, which say, For I always pray to the God of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of glory, that he may grant you a spirit of wisdom and revelation of insight into mysteries and secrets in the deep and intimate knowledge of him, by having the eyes of your heart flooded with light, so that you can know and understand the hope to which he has called you, and how rich is his glorious inheritance in the saints, his set-apart ones, and so that you can know and understand what is the immeasurable and unlimited and surpassing greatness of his power in and for us who believe, as demonstrated in the working of his mighty strength. To God be the glory. Join me next week for part 2 of Surrounding Wisdom.